Hey, what's going on, guys? DLegend here. Today we're going to be talking about the new banners that just came out recently. They are going to be the Imitation Metal deal as well as the Supernova ++ Kingdom Hearts 3 deal. So let's talk about the Imitation deal first. It is a 5-pull Mercy for 1500 jewels per pull. You do get 1 Imitation Metal per pull, 5 VIP coins, and 1 Speed Gem per pull, as well as 4 random medals that can be 6-star and higher. So literally, it is, you get one of these imitation medals within 5 pulls. The ones that you can, the ones you can actually get are going to be Angelic Amber, Kingdom Hearts 3 Lee, Demyx, Luxord, Rageform Sora, Lingering Will, and Reaper. So obviously the best ones out of this are going to be Reaper, Lingering Will, and Rageform Sora. Reaper is by far the best out of them all. Lingering Will and Rageform are not bad whatsoever, but they are not, they're not as good as Reaper anymore, because Reaper is a medal that does have 2-turn buffs that are generic buffs for any medal, for all medals. Lingering Will and Rageform also have generic buffs for all medals, but it's just for 1 turn, which is less useful, and they do have slightly lower general attack, base attacks than the Kingdom Hearts 3 Reaper. So this banner isn't something I would recommend pulling for, even though it's only 1500 jewels per pull, which makes it 7500 jewels for a 5-pull Mercy. I don't recommend this because you're not guaranteed one of the medals you actually want. You might get Angelic Amber or Luxord or Demyx. I think Demyx was in there, right? But you might get one of these medals that you just don't really want, like Angelic Amber, Lee, Demyx, Luxord are all medals that are already pretty outdated. Like, obviously copy medals have a very long lifespan and they are very useful in a variety of events, but at the end of the day you want to get the best bang for your buck with jewels, so I would recommend not pulling for any of those 4 I wouldn't recommend pulling from this banner because you might get one of those 4 medals as your guaranteed stopper medal or the Mercy medal. Rageform Sora, Lingering Will, and Reaper are definitely worth it in my opinion. So that is up to you guys what you want to do with your jewels, but I would recommend not pulling from the Imitation deal. Next up, let's talk about the Supernova ++ Kingdom Hearts 3 deal. This banner is pretty interesting in all honesty because you can get one of these 5 medals within 3 pulls. 3 pulls is only 9,000 jewels in total because it's 3,000 jewels per pull. But for this banner itself, you do get 3 power gems, 10 VIP coins, 3 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals that are 7-star or higher, and then 7 medals that are 5-star and higher. So you can get any of these 3 medals, and obviously the Renova medals are very, very useful if you do not already have one. There's 3 Renova medals here in total, which gives you a really, really good chance to pull a Renova medal. However, there is Roxas there as well, and Roxas isn't a bad medal whatsoever. It's just not quite as useful as medals that are out currently, like Gambler or even Berserker. So Roxas is a medal that only has a 1-turn magic medal buff, and it's only 2500 for its special attack, and then plus 5000 for its Supernova. So this banner isn't bad, in my opinion, because you do get one of these 4 medals within 3 pulls, which is pretty, or one of these 5 medals within 3 pulls, which is pretty sweet. But if you do get Roxas, it's not going to be worth it in my opinion. So Xion is great, Aqua's great, Ventus is great, Terra is great as well. But you guys have to wonder why they're reprinting these Renova medals so often, guys. Like, they're literally, they had a banner recently during Anniversary last month. They had this banner just now as well. And in all honesty, I think there's going to be a new medal that comes out really soon. Just because, also if you think about it, if you go here and look at VIP, you do get a copy of Nominee in VIP, which is something that happens when there's going to be a new buffer medal that comes out. So, like, this happens all the time whenever there's a new buffer medal that's going to replace one of the current buffer medals. So Nominee is definitely the best generic buffer medal that works for any Keyblade setup right now. And in my opinion, she is an amazing medal. She still is. She's still going to be an amazing medal, but that means if she's in VIP as a free medal, you know, guys, that you're going to get a new buffer metal at some point in the near future, probably in the next 2 weeks, I'd say. What is that metal going to look like? Nobody knows yet, but I'm going to assume that it is a buffer metal that increases your base strength for all metals by a good chunk, like probably 10,000 or so, and then for its special attack, and then it's also going to buff your with its supernova by a certain amount and be Renova supernova. So that means that the next buffer metal is going to be absolutely broken, because Nominate, the only thing it's missing really is the Renova aspect of it, and I guess a higher strength buff. So that is basically where we're at right now. I think that there will be a new buffer metal in the near future, so would I recommend pulling for either of these banners? No. If you had to pull from one of these, I would go for the Supernova Plus Plus Kingdom Hearts 3 deal. 9,000 jewels for one of these 5 metals is a pretty good bang for your buck, in all honesty. You obviously will have to spend some money on, or some money, not some jewels on traits, which are easily accessible right now from the Moogle shop. So you guys go ahead and pick up whatever you need for this, if you do need it. I might actually get some traits for Lingering Will, because I don't have great traits on him right now, but we'll see in the future. By the way, guys, Raid Week just ended, so collect your jewels and other rewards from solo and deluxe rankings, or solo and party rankings. And I don't think there's anything else in the present box right now, but let me check. Nothing here, but let's collect these anyways. And yeah, that's basically the end of the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are deciding to pull on these things, or what you guys think the next buffer metal will look like. Personally, I think it's going to be a Kairi metal. I think it's going to be an upright speed version of Kairi, because we've had most recently the upright power version, which is Supernova Plus, or just Supernova Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi, which is right here. We've also, I guess we've seen this Kairi as well, which is technically a buffer recently. And then the last time we've had an upright speed version of Kairi was like way back in the day of this one here, Kairi EX Plus. So I think we're going to get another Kairi in the near future, and I think it'll be an upright speed version. But let me know in the comments below what your guys' predictions are going to be for it. I think it will be a Renova buffer metal that does Renova for literally every single metal, so it doesn't matter what PSM color it is, it doesn't matter if it's upright or reverse, it's just going to renew the Supernova for whatever metal is out. So it's going to be really broken, guaranteed, because that's what KHUx does to you. But yeah, we're actually in the middle of May now, so guess we'll see what happens in the near future. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts Union Cross content, and leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, and yeah, I will see you all soon. Peace.